Going on, guys? I'm going to go ahead and knock out my ACC brackets. Give me 1 second. All right. Let me get over here real quick. So yesterday, as voted by the chat room, the seedings for the SEC logos as we go into making the brackets will be 1 Florida, 2 Alabama, 3 Missouri, 4 South Carolina, dadgummit, 5 Arkansas, that's good, 6 Auburn, 7 Texas A&M, 8 Mississippi State, 9 LSU, 10 Ole Miss, 11 Tennessee, 12 Vanderbilt, 13 Kentucky, and 14 Georgia. I'll be honest with y'all, I did not see Georgia coming in last place. Let me find the right format I want to use here real quick. Let's see, where did that... I just had a good one. Hold on. There's that one, which I really don't like that one. That's the one I was on. Hold on, guys. Wisconsin fan 100 in the house. Grant Wiley, ESQ. The Tyke Smith transfer is related to a day leaving West Virginia. I'm actually going to put out a video on that later on today. Basically, what's happened is a day leaving West Virginia is hurting more than what we thought, was going to happen. Hold on. 1, 2, 3. It's 14. So that's not including Notre Dame. That's not, I know that's Wake Forest. I guess we'll go with these, but Georgia Tech is more GT. I don't think these are... Yeah, that's just the Eagle. That's not right. Hold on. I had one earlier that was exactly right. Is that it? Nope. That's definitely not it. That one. Hold on. I'm just going to keep searching until it... So basically, my theory, my opinion is... There it is. That's the one I want. My opinion is Tyke Smith transferred because of a day leaving. And a lot of people are, wondering if there's something wrong at West Virginia. Nothing's wrong at West Virginia. We're fine. If you remember last year before the season started, they decided to part ways with Vic Koenig. We thought that was going to bury us. It didn't. We went by committee. This year, I'm not sure what the setup is for our defense, but I think a lot of people are focusing on the defense because that was what our strength was. Number one in allowing passes, top 5 in allowing rushes. I think our defense will be fine, but I think next year our strength will be the offense, especially on the line of scrimmage. Neil Smith is really focusing on that offensive line. Look out for West Virginia in that run game, and whoever wins out that quarterback battle. I like Garrett Green. I like dual threats. They have more. They're harder to game plan for, but we'll see what happens there. So I'm not really worried about it. I see. We get transfers too. We got the guy from Virginia Tech, and then we got a guy from Penn State, both 4-star recruits. So we'll be fine. Not gonna lie, Tyke Smith transferring, that's gonna hurt. He was one of the best players on defense, if not the best. So yeah, our defense will take a hit, but I still see West Virginia trending in the right direction. If you look at last year, and I know I just said this, what were people saying after we had to part ways with Vic Koenig? Oh, dadgummit, there goes our defense. No, our defense actually looked even better. I don't know exactly how that happened. I know Tony Fields will be gone, but like I said, we're getting nice transfers to fill those holes. So I'm not panicking. And the reason is there's nothing wrong at West Virginia. These last 2 transfers in particular, directly by, a day leaving West Virginia for Georgia. I look for Tyke Smith to go to Georgia because Georgia's looking to compete for a national championship this year. So I think the reason why Tyke left is he wanted more eyeballs on him this year. And I expect him to pick Georgia, and, he will definitely have a spotlight on him at Georgia because I think they're going to contend for a playoff spot. So there's nothing wrong in West Virginia. It's just some opportunities for a few of these players. So we're good. We're fine. Relax. Does it hurt? Yes. But the big picture, is there something wrong with West Virginia? No. Nothing wrong. Nothing bad is happening at West Virginia. It was just a unique opportunity for a couple of these players to transfer to a program where they're going to get more eyeballs and they can improve their draft stock even more. Let's be honest. These high caliber athletes, what's their goal? To get to the NFL and make some money. So he had a great year at West Virginia. That was a big stepping stone for him. So next step, it was a perfect opportunity because he knows a day, direct connections. He went to Georgia. Georgia's going to compete for a playoff spot. I can't blame the dude. That's actually a smart business decision. As long as I look at the decision and it's not because there's something wrong with West Virginia, then I'm fine. Now, if it was because something was going on at West Virginia or, we're going down here, then I would be a little upset, a little concerned. But it's got nothing to do with that. It's just opportunity. That's all it is. On a side note, I do think that this might seem a little harsh too, but I do think the 2020-21 basketball season for West Virginia was a failure. If you consider what we had going into the season. And I know we can't help Cottrell got injured, and I know we can't really help that Sheway transferred. But we still, Final Four expectations, and then even after Sheway transferred, West Virginia's shooting took off. We had a much more talented team than to get knocked out in the second round. And I know it was a crazy tournament. A lot of, so-called good teams got knocked out even in the first round. But if I'm being totally honest, this year was a failure. That was not a successful season as far as what my expectations were. Had they reached the Sweet 16, maybe I wouldn't call it a failure, but I would still say they didn't reach their full potential if they got knocked out in the Sweet 16. But getting knocked in the second round, that's a failure, guys. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. That is a failure. That did not meet my expectations. That's and I'm not trash talking the coach or saying we should get rid of anybody. No, don't get it twisted. We have a Hall of Fame coach. I hope he stays as long as he can. West Virginia has never had more eyeballs on them in basketball since he's got here. So nothing to do with him. It's just as a whole this season just was a complete failure in my point of view. All right, so the reason we're here, we're gonna rank the. I don't know if any of y'all were here yesterday for the SEC logo rankings. Let me run over those real quick one more time. These are voted by you guys. I've already did my video, so these are voted on by you guys. 1 Florida, which I did have Florida at number 1 in mind. 2 Alabama. 3 Missouri, 4 South Carolina, 5 Arkansas, 6 Auburn, 7 Texas A&M, 8 Mississippi State, 9 LSU, 10 Ole Miss, 11 Tennessee, 12 Vanderbilt, 13 Kentucky, and 14 Georgia. So today we're gonna rank the ACC logos. I think I'm gonna go opposite. I think I'm gonna start with the best logos in the ACC and then work our way down. I think we're gonna do it that way. Rules are simple. If you're in the chat, type in the team you think has the best logo. That counts for 1 vote. If you do a super chat of any amount, doesn't matter, $2, $5, whatever, that counts for how many ever people are in the chat. So, if you're bound and determined to vote for a particular team to grab a 1 seed, then Super Chat would pretty much lock them in. So those are the rules. So we'll start at number 1. Who do you think the best logo? And I'm going to include Notre Dame in these rankings because they are ACC affiliated. So what is your vote for the best logo? Okay. So we already have some votes in. North Carolina. I forgot to write these down. Give me 1 second, guys. My bad. Boston. I want to get this in real quick because I got to go get my kids here in just a minute. Boston College. Clemson. Duke. Florida State. Georgia Tech. Louisville. Miami. NC State, North Carolina, Notre Dame, Pitt, Syracuse, Virginia Tech, and Wake Forest. All right, so we're going to go 1 to 14. Yesterday we started at the bottom. I think this will flow a little bit better. I think it'll work better for our brains because we'll be voting for, next best, and so on and so on. So we already got a vote for UNC. Grant, you're gonna have to pick Duke or Florida State, one or the other. Who's your vote for? I got a vote for North Carolina, and we'll try to run through these a little bit faster than we did yesterday. I'm not gonna rush y'all, but we'll try to get through this a little bit faster. So I have a definite vote for North Carolina. Somebody mine between Duke and Florida State. I'm going to say Miami. I like Miami the best. That's who I had in my video. Do we have any other votes? Everybody is available. North Carolina, Miami, Duke, Georgia Tech, Clemson, all of them. Who's the best logo in the ACC? These are for my brackets whenever I do a video on it. I got to seed them, though. And there's so many. There's 130 teams in Duke. Dadgum. Okay. There's 130 teams in Division 1. So yeah, this is the best way I figured I could get help. So a vote for North Carolina. I voted for Miami, and a vote for Notre Dame. And it's cool if there's only a few people in chat. People at work, all that stuff. We had a little more people yesterday during the evening when everybody was off. But hang on as long as you can, and we'll see. So, I wrote Notre Dame. My bad. That's supposed to be Duke. So 1 Duke, 1 Miami, 1 North Carolina. If nobody else is going to vote, then I might flip over and decide this real quick. So if I have to flip, I would probably take North Carolina. So if anybody wants to flip Super Chat, now's the time. I'm about to flip right now. I'm going to flip over to fits between Duke and North Carolina. I'll take North Carolina. Alright, so right now North Carolina 2 votes, Duke 1 vote. Anybody else got a vote as who has the best logo in the ACC? Everybody's in play. Any amount for a super chat counts for how many ever people are in the chat. So if you did a super chat right now, it would actually count for 4 votes. Alright, so I'm going to credence call this down real quick, guys. North Carolina for first place, going once, going twice. It's going to be North Carolina. First place. I'm good with that, guys. I think they do have a really good logo, and I actually had North Carolina in 3rd place. I had North Carolina in 3rd place in my video. So, That's not bad. Not bad. North Carolina wins first place. What's going on, JoJo? Basically what we're doing is we're voting on seedings for my logo brackets. I'm going to release some logo brackets all over God's Creation, Facebook groups, whatever. Get some votes. And we're going to crown who people think has the best logo in the nation. And I'm doing these live shows to get some seedings. Because, you know, whenever you make up the brackets, you got to seed those brackets. Well, I don't want the seedings to be, you know, just whatever I think. So I'm taking votes. Rules are simple. You type in the name of the team you think has the best logo, that counts for a vote. If you do a super chat of any amount, $2, whatever, then a super chat counts for how many ever people are in the chat. So basically a super chat is going to get that team in that spot. So I guess it depends on how strongly you feel you want that team to get that spot. So rules are pretty simple. And North Carolina won the first spot. Just out of curiosity, JoJo, who would you have voted for as the best logo in the ACC? I want to see what would happen with that. Every single one of them are in play. I actually might move my... Hold on, give me a second, guys. I need to shrink me. Here we go. What would your vote be as far as best logo in the ACC? Alright, so North Carolina won first place. Now it's time for second place. North Carolina's logo is off the board. Who wins second place? Who's the next best behind North Carolina? I'm pretty sure Grant's going to vote for Duke again. I'll vote Miami again, but I'll flip again if I need to. JoJo thinks Virginia, so Virginia gets a vote. That's not a bad vote. That's not a bad vote. So we got one for Miami, one for Virginia, one for Duke. I think Ethan hasn't voted yet. Who you got for the next one, Ethan? You could either add a vote or kind of be a little bit of a tiebreaker here. Miami. I'm assuming Ethan... JoJo super chats Virginia. So Virginia actually gets, what, 4 plus his vote. So Virginia actually gets 5 votes. I don't think that's going to be overturned. So Virginia has 5 votes. Miami won and Duke won. Anybody else? I believe you probably locked Virginia in at number 2, bud. Good job. Going once. Going twice. Great. It's gonna be Virginia. Yeah. Well, he pulled the super chat card. And super chat is how many ever's in the chat plus himself. So, yeah, he's following the rules. Got Virginia in there at number 2. I respect that. If you feel strongly, then, you know, do what you got to do. Third place. Now we're down to third. Yeah, the Cavalry Swords. And side note, I don't know if people realize this, but there was a minor change not too long ago to the Virginia logo. Very, very minor change. The handles right here. I'm highlighting it with the cursor. The handles right there on the inside had some Confederate resembling handles. So basically, they were saying swords that the Confederate Army used, and it was a racial thing. So what they did was cleaned up those little hand grips, and now they're smooth. So yeah, it got minorly altered because people were saying the hand grips was a racial thing. Yeah, Jojo, you won because a super chat counts for how many is ever's in the chat and plus yourself. So I got to make the super chat count for something special. So I came up with that rule. So strongly about a logo and you feel like it might not get in, a small super chat would basically lock them in. And that's what happened. That's what you did. And you're playing by the rules. That's not cheating. That's well done, actually. All right, so next up is third place. North Carolina and Virginia are out. They're done. They've already been placed. I am going to stick with Miami unless I have to tiebreak or whatever. So Miami, until Miami's off the board, they will get my vote unless I have to flip. So, Grant says he likes Duke, Florida State, Virginia, and Virginia Tech. Well, Virginia is off the board, so you'll have to choose between Duke, Florida State, and Virginia Tech. I voted for Miami. If nobody else votes, then Miami's going to get it. So it's up to y'all. For Miami, if nobody else votes, then Miami's going to get it. So it's up to y'all whether you want to vote or not. We're kind of earlier in the day when people are working. So, probably not going to have that big of an audience, but it's all good. So, who's y'all's vote for the next best? Third place, North Carolina, Virginia, off the board. And I actually respect that. Nothing crazy has happened yet. I haven't seen something like, oh my gosh, why did y'all pick that? No, North Carolina, Virginia, they have some good logos. So who would y'all have next on the voting? Third place. Third place voting. So what I'm doing right now, guys, is I'm actually copying the link. And I'm going to actually post it in some other Facebooks, and maybe we can get more people in here, specifically in the ACC groups. So just hang on, guys. Hang on. Give me 1 second. Live voting for ACC logo brackets. There we go. First one is done. So yeah, if you want to share what's going on here and get more people in, just copy the link, and you can pretty much post it everywhere. So I'm just advertising in ACC groups real quick, so give me 1 second. Live voting for ACC logo brackets. Second one done. I think I got 4 altogether, so this won't take very long, guys. ACC Trash Talk. Who else? Sports Trash Talk. Got to put it in there. Live voting for ACC logo brackets. And I think I have one more and I'll be done. I'm just trying to get more traffic in here. That's it. That's all. I think there's only one more that I'm a member of. Let me find it real quick. Hold on, guys. Yep. All right, so That's the only thing about live shows as far as promoting. Like whenever I do regular videos, I can promote it after I've edited and all that stuff. But with lives, if you want to promote it, like you gotta kind of do it while you're doing the live show. So I think that's all, but I'm double checking here real quick. Let's see. Do it in North Carolina real quick. One second, guys. That one, and then I'm going to try to get a few Miami fans in here real quick, too. Believe it or not, Miami fans are actually really cool. Did North Carolina. Where's the Miami one? Come on, right when I'm trying. Oh, here we go, Miami. Alright. And then, I'm going to do one in Clemson's real quick, too. And then I'll be done, I promise. I will be done. Where's that Clemson one at? That's the only thing. I'm a member of so many groups. It does take a minute to find them sometimes. Alright, so... Well... Where did it go? Oh, here we go. I got it. Alright, so I'm done promoting. Okay? Done. So there we go. So for third place, guys, Grant sticks with Duke. I can respect that. JoJo says Florida State. That's a good vote. I like it. I like it. So Florida State sticking with Duke. I'll stay Miami unless I have to switch up. Oh, Grant's gonna switch over to Florida State. Okay. Florida State. Switching over to Florida State. So it looks like Florida State might get this one. And I'm okay with that. Florida State does have a good logo. I'm going to call this down real quick. Florida State for... Florida State going for third place. Going once. Going twice. The Noles grab it. We're going through this faster than yesterday, so... I'm good with that. Florida State grabs third place. Fourth place. Florida State, North Carolina, and Virginia are off the board. We're going to try to roll through this as quick as possible. Grant, you sticking with Duke, or are you going to flip over to somebody else? I would say he's going to stick with Duke. So I'm curious to see where JoJo goes now. I would go Miami, but if I have to be a tiebreaker, then I'll do that. So I'll see what you guys do. Fourth place, Florida State, North Carolina, Virginia, off the board. And that Pitt logo, the crazy... People don't realize this. There's so many variations of these logos, but you want them to be on the same playing field, so you kind of have to use the same format. So what I did was... I just went by what ESPN posts. This is actually a little different. Even the Pitt logo is the block pit instead of the script pit. Now on the ESPN, I think it's the script. When you look it up on the website, I think it's the script. But they flip-flop back and forth. So, yeah, I don't know if that would influence any voting, but it's crazy. Yeah, Grant's sticking with Duke. Do we have any other votes? what we're doing, guys, is I am going to do brackets on the logos, and I'm going to make videos. Then I'll release those videos throughout Facebook, any social media platform, have people vote, and we're going to crown who people think the best logo in the nation is. What the live show is for seeding. I need help seeding these brackets. Yesterday, we went through the SEC, and here's how the rankings turned out. Number 1, Florida. Number 2, Alabama. Number 3, Missouri. 4, South Carolina. 5, Arkansas. 6, Auburn. 8, Mississippi State. 9, LSU. 10, Ole Miss. 11, Tennessee. 12, Vanderbilt. 13, Kentucky. And 14, Georgia. I don't agree with a lot of those rankings, but that's just how people voted. It is what it is. I try to give y'all a voice. Rules are simple. You vote in the chat. Team you think needs to get the next spot. Each vote per person counts for 1 unless you super chat for any amount. Could be $2, whatever. If you super chat, it counts for how many ever people are in the chat plus yourself. So usually super chat is the trump card. I try to make it a little special. Right now, number 1, North Carolina was voted number 1. Virginia, by a super chat actually, was voted number 2. And Florida State was voted number 3. Right now, we're on the 4 spot. Grant's got Duke. Logan's got Duke. JoJo's got Clemson. So we got 2 for Duke and 1 for Clemson. Logan, I'm guessing if Logan would have gotten here a little earlier, he would have voted Virginia 1, and Virginia might have grabbed that 1 spot. But as is, North Carolina grabbed it. Virginia. Second place isn't bad. Not bad at all. And right now it looks like, let's see, Duke might grab the 4th spot. Yeah, well, okay. So basically, JoJo, what happened, what happened was, yesterday I decided to go from last to first. And one of my subscribers, C-Dog, is a Georgia Tech fan. So when I started in last place, he immediately super chatted Georgia into last place. They weren't technically voted into last place. It's he super chatted them into last place. So you know what? I'm gonna even do this because there's gonna be a lot of getting back at each other and this and that, whatever. So okay, so if you vote super chat, of course that counts for how many's in the chat and yourself for that spot. But at any given time, you can super chat a team in whatever place you want them to be in, and it'll lock them in right off the bat. So, if you think a logo is so terrible that they need to be locked in last place right now, super chat would do the trick. I like that rule variation. I think that gives I think that gives even more power to you guys. Things could get very, very interesting. We are ranking the ACC logos. Right now, we're on 4th place. North Carolina grabbed the 1st spot. Virginia grabbed the 2nd spot. Florida State, 3rd spot. You can super chat any logo you think needs to be in whatever place. It would lock them in immediately. But as far as voting goes, 1 comment equals 1 vote. 1 super chat equals how many ever's in the chat plus yourself. So there's a lot of trump cards that can be played here via the super chat. Yeah, see, he did what he had to do. That's how bad he hates Georgia, I guess. We're voting on 4th place, guys. North Carolina, Virginia, and Florida State are off the board. Who should be 4th? And you can super chat any logo in any spot, and they will be locked. So if you hate a logo so bad you want them to be in 14th spot, super chat, the name, Miami, North, Louisville, whatever, and then put 14th because that's last place. They're going in last place. End of story. End of discussion. So Duke, I think, is who's going to grab 4th spot. That's what I'm seeing. Duke. No, Logan is saying Duke is by far the worst. Okay. My bad. So Duke only has 1 vote. Notre Dame has 1 vote by a Wisconsin fan. I thought somebody voted for Clemson. Not sure. No, I think that was before. Yeah, that was before. Let me double check real quick. I do hate it. Okay, yeah, Jojo said Clemson earlier. Now, okay, so Clemson does have a vote. My bad, Jojo. Clemson, no, not Virginia. Clemson and Notre Dame and Duke. Clemson, Notre Dame, Duke. All have 1. So if it's a 3-way tie, then I will break the tie. Forewarning, my vote will go to Clemson. If it stays a 3-way tie, nobody flips, nobody super chats, I will take Clemson and it'll go to Clemson. Duke is 4 for your vote. Okay. J.A. Jones in the house. I haven't seen you vote, man. We have a 3-way tie. Clemson, Notre Dame, and Duke for 4th place. North Carolina, Florida State, and Virginia are off the board. If it stays a 3-way tie, I'm going to break the tie with Clemson. And, of course, a Super Chat would break that tie. And a Super Chat would lock in whatever spot. You want... you hate Virginia Tech so bad you want them to be in last place. Super Chat, Virginia Tech last place. Done deal. No voting will happen. All right, so no more votes, I'm guessing. I'll vote for Clemson. Call it out. Clemson for 4th place, going once. Going twice. Clemson grabs 4th. That's not bad. Top 4 looks pretty decent, actually. North Carolina, Virginia, Florida State, Clemson. Not the order I had it in my videos, but I'm okay with that. Well, J.A. Jones says Notre Dame now. I was only going to be the tiebreaker on that. So I'm actually going to retract. I think you might be a little behind me. So actually, it's not going to be Clemson. It's going to be Notre Dame. Notre Dame grabs 4th. Clemson's logo still in it. 5th place. North Carolina, Virginia, Florida State, Notre Dame out. Who's your vote for 5th place? Let's try to get through this as quick as possible. Well, here's what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to suspend this one real quick. North Carolina, Virginia, Florida State, and Notre Dame is where we stand. I have to go pick up my kids. I should have started earlier. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go pick up my kids. I'll get back and we'll pick up at 5th place. If you're wondering about a time, I would say between 2:30 and 3 o'clock. I'll get back on here. So yeah, it might be delayed. So whenever I do the credence, I'll wait for a while, make sure nobody votes. But I got to get off here and go get my kids. It's my timing was way off on this one, all right? So I'm going to suspend this. Top 4 locked in. North Carolina, Virginia, Florida State, Notre Dame. When I get back, it'll be between 2:30 and 3 o'clock, and we'll finish the voting for ACC brackets, okay? So if you're watching a replay of this and you're wondering where the live show is, I'll be back between 2:30 and 3 o'clock. And we will continue from where we left off, 5th place. Rules are simple. You vote in the chat, it counts for 1 vote. If you super chat in the chat, then that counts for how many ever people are in the chat plus yourself. So if there's 5 people in the chat, it counts as five votes plus yourself, 6 altogether. And at any time, no matter whether we're voting on that spot or not, you can super chat and lock a team into a specific spot. So if you hate a team so bad that you want them to be in last place no matter what, all you got to do is super chat that name and say last place or whatever place you want them to be in. That's where they will be. No voting will happen. So I'm gonna get off here real quick. I'm gonna go get my kids. We will be back. This is suspended. It's not over. And we'll start at 5th place and work our way to who you think is the worst logo in the ACC. Gotta go get my kids, guys.